You send a brief to 3 video agencies. You get 3 quotes: $12,000, $28,000, and $55,000. Same brief, every quote has the same line item: project manager, marketer, art director, shoot date, but the numbers next to each line are completely different. So how do you know who is fair? And what are you actually paying for? I'm Sergey Rodin, founder of Lava Media, a video marketing agency. We've made over 900 videos for brands around the world. Let's open up a quote and break down what's behind each line and why one project costs $50,000 and another costs $60,000 or more. Let's start here. Corporate video can mean a few different things. In this video, we'll cover 3 types: a live-action brand film, an animated explainer video, and a product demo video. Every one of these projects starts with a briefing call. Sounds simple. You explain the task, say a brand film at an agency comes with a plan. At Lava Media, we give the client a few directions right from the first call. Say you want a brand film. Here's a classic version with interviews from top managers and stuff. Here's a version told through your customers' voices. And here's a version told through a metaphor. The creative director takes these examples and, based on the first brief, figures out what direction could fit the client task. Their role grows once we move from picking a direction to writing the concept. For example, on a project for a building materials company, we had to make a brand film about one of their factories. The client picked the metaphor route, but which metaphor? And how do you connect it to a factory? For that, we ran a series of interviews with staff at every level. Our marketer asked about their day-to-day work, how they saw the company as an employee, and so on. The creative director read through those interviews looking for a common thread. He noticed that many people use the same idea, that the work here is precise, well-structured. That's where the metronome metaphor came from, a clock-like rhythm running through the whole story. By the way, those same interviews revealed that the factory had a fire about 10 years ago, and the team had to rebuild everything from scratch. Our marketer flagged that separately. It's a strong hero's journey story for a different video down the line. Marketer rate on this project from $1,500, creative director rate from $1,700. And they just pre-production for the brand film. The camera hasn't even turned on yet. Explainers and product demo videos are a different kind of task. And there is one line in the quote that most clients don't expect. These videos might not need a big creative concept, but they need something just as important: structuring all the client's information and knowing what to keep in the script and what to cut. For example, on a product demo for a new insulin pump, the client sent us solid first draft. But our project manager and scriptwriter still had to go deep into the technical side: how the device physically works with the patient, what it's made of on the inside, how it compares to competing devices. At the same time, some of that, like exactly how the device measures of glucose, runs the analysis and sends the data, never made it into the final video, but we still needed to understand it so we wouldn't accidentally write something wrong. So the more experienced the pre-production team, the more detail they put into a launching a project, acting almost like business consultants, just coming at it from the creative side. Project manager rate usually starts at $1,000. The art team steps in once the concept and script are locked and start thinking in images what the final video will actually look like. On the building materials video, our director came up with a clever way to tie the metronome idea to the voiceover and the visuals. He showed a young Yu Hai joining the team and cut in one metronome, then 3 out of sync, and finally 3 metronomes ticking in perfect sync. It's a metaphor. Then Yu Hai first struggles to find the rhythm, then learns it, and falls into sync with the team. These are brilliant creative choices, and they make total sense once you are watching the final video. But when you are making a video for the first time, when you are the one carrying the responsibility as a client, it matters that your agency can explain these creative choices clearly before any shooting or production happens. Director rate: pre-production plus the shoot day, from $4,000. The same logic applies to animation in explainer videos. The art director decides how to best turn the information from the concept into graphics. For example, on a 3D animated explainer for a software solution using mining, the concept called for a 3D model of an open pit mine. The art director then decided the surrounding space to look like a topographic map. Art director rate for the full project from $3,000. For the art team to come up with ideas like that, they need a deep visual library in their heads and the skill to apply it to your specific project. The agency in turn knows which specialist fits which creative task. When we started the insulin pump project, I knew Scott will be the right scriptwriter. He'd already written scripts for other complex technical devices. That's how it works on every project. Even 2 3D artists, one for the pump, one for the mining software, are different people even though both jobs are 3D. So pre-production cost, references, concept, visual direction, and script starts at $6,000 for live action brand film and $3,000 for an animated one. And pre-production isn't even the biggest line in the quote. Next comes the shoot itself. And here's where most clients ask the real question. Why does one shoot day cost $9,000 and other $15,000? And both gets called corporate video. Let me show you with two real videos from our portfolio. In the first one, we had a camera operator and a producer on set with a basic gear setup. In the second, a director, camera operator, producer, gaffer, and assistant with cinema-grade equipment. You can probably see the difference already. The first video showed the way things actually happen in real life. The second one, every shot is staged. Every frame is planned ahead of time. The actor stands in the exact spot and angle. The lighting is reset for every single scene. The camera captures footage you can push much more further in color grading. Just to put it in numbers, one scene in the first video, 7 minutes to set up, 5 minutes of footage. In the second, 20 minutes to set up, 1 minute of footage. Because of that, the shoot day cost just the cruise walk and gear rental for the day, not the whole video. Comes out to around $9,000 for the first video and over $15,000 for the second. One more thing that affects shoot day cost: logistics. A lot of our clients have their office in one part of the city, their factory in another, and a warehouse somewhere else entirely. Moving between locations like that can pull the shoot from 1 day to 2 or more. Here's why you might also need a CG supervisor on set. Check out our case study with 3M, link in the description. That covers live action, animation, price, and works on a different logic. And there is one rule that explains almost all of it. The more elements in the frame and the more motion in the video, the more it costs. Let's look at 3D first. Here's a clip from a simpler video. There are two main 3D models here, a satellite and a house. One 3D artist can model both and texture them in 1 day. One more day for animator to animate the models and the other elements. Rate for the modeler around $400. Same for the animator, around $400. Now here's a clip from a much more complex video. There is a lot going on here. The road surroundings, the forest, the road itself with about 9 layers once we cut into it. The space beyond the cutaway. It's not just the layers moving. The camera itself is animated to push in from a wide shot toward the road. This needs two modelers, about 7 days of work, and one animator for 3 days. Rates run about 2 times higher. And it's the same story with the eye. A cam shot of someone walking is fast and clean for an AI model to generate, like this one. But a pixel-style shot with the characters talking and different kinds of motion frame is much harder to generate. The AI won't nail it on the first try. The team ends up spending time regenerating shots, going through AI credits, or fixing small glitches by hand. If you want to know exactly where AI does the work and where the human has to step in, check out our case study, link in the description. So, full video, start to finish. Live action, $15,000 to $60,000. Animated, $8,000 to $25,000. Now you know what's actually behind every line in the quote. The marketer and the creative director aren't overhead. They're the people who find a metaphor better inside interviews with factory workers. The director isn't just someone holding a camera. They're the person who figures out how 3 metronomes can tell a story about a team. So, when an agency offers you a brand film for $8,000, the question isn't whether it's cheap. The question is what part of the process did they cut out? You'll find examples of every video type from this episode at Lava Media. There's also a form there for a first conversation, and that one's free. See you next time.